Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here's me today. I have a diamond in the rough. I'd like you guys to meet. This here is Traveon Newsome, an offensive lineman out of Incarnate Ward. Nice to have you on, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, nice to have you on. Starting the 2025 season with the guy from Incarnate Ward amongst a team who's fixing to do a playoff push and contend for a national title. So hopefully you guys get there this season. So, Travion, I want to learn more about you and your story. First off, let's start at the very beginning, man. How long have you been playing this game of football?
Well, I've been playing this game since I was like around 6, 7 years old, but really started taking it serious once I got to really middle school, once I really found love for the game.
Gotcha. So about middle school, maybe 12, 13 years old,
Yeah,
something of
12,
that
13,
nature.
yeah.
And then obviously been playing it. You always lineman, people always throwing you
Yeah, I
on.
always have been a lineman. I've been a lineman. At first I did as a when I was younger, I kind of did want to play running back. I don't know, because growing up, I was a big Reggie Bush fan. So I always thought like lineman wasn't cool. And then I had big brothers that played football too. They was quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. So that was always something that I wanted to do. But food, that's what got in my way.
Hey, it's fine. And I don't know, maybe perhaps one of these days you'll pick up a fumble and score with it. You never know. So
Hey, hey.
obviously if that happens, that means something went wrong. So let's not pray for that. But Travion, let's learn more about your story. Having my notes, attended Aldine Eisenhower High School there around the Houston area in Texas. So
Early,
also
sir.
have my notes along with some football. Did a little bit of a track and field in your early days. So give
Sir.
me maybe one of your best memories of you as a high school player.
My best memories as a high school player. Well, I can say the best memory is, I only been to the playoffs one time. So I can say my junior year going to the first round of playoffs. I played Klein Collins, faced Isaiah Spiller, the running back that played for Texas A&M. I think he's with the Chargers now. So I could say that was a very memorable moment competing in the, playoffs because that's kind of big in Texas, Texas football. So
Texas
yeah,
football is like religion down there, man.
yes,
I definitely I definitely get it.
yeah.
You attended Eisenhower High School, ended up actually going to Southern University, an HBCU school. So, talk to me about the recruitment and ultimately finding your way there to Southern.
Okay, where can I start? Okay, 10th grade, that was my starting year of varsity. I played a little tackle there. I played, and that's when I met my mentor, my junior year. So I kind of went through a lot of coaching changes through every year. So I met my mentor my junior year. He was his name Dwayne Deaver. He was big on me into the recruitment, telling me to keep up with my grades and stuff. Cause that's where I was kind of lacking in high school because I haven't had nobody to really tell me about ACTs and stuff like that, GPAs. So he was a guy that was really watching over me through the process. So my junior year, he's a guy that kept it realistic with me. He was like, "You're a shorter guy, so you kind of gonna have to work a little harder. You got to do these things a little differently. Get your grades right, eat better, change my weight." So he played a big role into it. So he ended up leaving. I think he ended up going to Goose Creek High School. So I kind of everything he told me, I kind of took after it going into my senior year. So I had a good season my senior year. I ended up getting offered by Southern my my junior year spring until my senior year. So I had a Southern offer. And one thing I can say about the recruitment, it was pretty slow at first because I was kind of a late qualifier. I qualified a little late. So that was kind of tough for me. Like a lot of schools was pulling back for me. I had a few D1s, a lot of D2s offered me, a lot of FCSs. So Southern, the reason why I committed to Southern because they were very loyal to me in a process. So I was committed to. I did a double signing on my signing day. I committed I signed for Southern and Kilgore Junior College.
Okay,
So yeah, I did a double sign. So that spring of my senior year, COVID ended up happening.
right.
So I remember my mentor. He kept telling me he was watching over my grades. He was calculating for me to qualify to get the GPA to make it into Southern. So one thing he told me, as a high school kid, you're gonna have the dreams of going P5, going to the big schools. So that's why I was kind of leaning towards. But he was like, it ain't about the name on the front of the jersey, it's about the name on the back. So you got to make a name for yourself anywhere you go. So I think I needed like 2 A's and a B. So I kind of like worked hard for that. I was going real hard, like going to tutorials, stepping out my comfort zone, trying to really accomplish the goal to making it to a 4-year, because that was the main goal, to make it to get my school paid for, so my mother wouldn't have to, because we was kind of less fortunate of finances, and stuff like that to even pay for school. So that was the real goal. So it fell down to those last 2 schools. So COVID ended up hitting it and made it a little more better, because I think they kind of canceled a lot of stuff out for guys that that were struggling with school to making it to a university. So I signed a little late. We sealed the deal with Southern.
Great. So you get to Southern, and as you had mentioned, I mean, you're coming in with probably the most awkward time in athletic, well, maybe perhaps recent history in with the pandemic. 2020, you're not playing. 2021, you're still waiting on the sidelines. You're still waiting for your moment, but you do eventually, get on the field. You do eventually, start for Southern. Talk about some of the, I don't know, people there within your time at Southern that really helped you early on, helped you really solidify yourself as an offensive lineman and helped you get to where you are now.
Well, I can say some of the guys when I first came in there, they had a all conference. Their whole line was all conference. They had 2 guys that was first team, 3 that was second team, and that's a guy that I can mention on that O line it's a guard. He played tackle at Southern. His name's Jatari Carter. He ended up getting drafted from Southern. He went to Chicago Bears. Another guys like Dallas Black, Blake Williams. Like, it's a lot of good guys like that. Just being a young pup, coming in there, really seeing how they was an older crew. So just seeing how those guys move, I kind of, sat back, played it quiet, really watched, really paid attention and learned. Even small things, bringing notebooks to the meetings, having a gallon of water every day. Those guys hydrating. There's just the little things like that. What they eat. I try to go to the cow with them boys, go see what they eating. Just to whatever it takes to be successful as them. Those guys. They had a group called the Grave Diggers. So they had a little handshake. They dig in the ground. They get a pancake or whatever. So that kind of inspired me like that. That's all I was seeing. That's what that made the game fun. Really seeing it, the HBCU, the atmosphere, going to the games, being on the sideline, kind of waiting your turn, watching how big the crowd. We had the big human jukebox band. So it was really a lot. I'm kind of glad I made that decision. It fell into my hands to even go to Southern. Like, I'm very appreciative of being at that school, even though it was kind of slow at first, like you said, dealing with COVID. Yeah, it was kind of tough.
Yeah, but you eventually find your role, your spot there. And also, I mean, of course, ended up at UIW.
Yes,
I
sir.
was looking over some of the stats on PFF. You have over 2,000 career snaps on the offensive line, all of which at left guard,
Yes,
which is
sir.
awesome. So, 31 career starts, at least per PFF. And that again includes this past year for UIW. Talk about the change. You're coming over. You have an opportunity to transfer. Let's get us to UIW in this past season.
Yeah, so I could say that recruitment out I hit the portal. I hit the transfer portal in 23 fall after my sophomore season. So yeah, the at the portal, I had a lot of SWAC offers. I kind of didn't want to go back to the SWAC. I kind of want to go to a different program. So my it landed down to Mercer and UIW. So I've been in college for 4 years. So I kind of want to come back home, come back to Texas. Somehow I can get it. It's just UIW was really the only school that was leaning towards me in Houston Christian. So, UIW, it's the better option, on the winning aspect. So, it's a winning culture. So that's what sold me.
UIW is solid, a very solid school there in the FCS. I mean, you're looking at a very explosive offense.
Yeah.
It has been really for quite some time. And bro, I think it's one of the coolest things when a former UIW player ends up going #1 overall. It kind of adds a little bit of validity to the school.
That's
So
amazing. That shines a lot of light.
absolutely. So let's talk about you as a prospect. So I mean, again, I mentioned it's very great that you are a very experienced offensive lineman.
Yes, sir.
But what do you feel you bring to the table as a player? Maybe perhaps an attribute that you feel separates you as a prospect this season.
What really separates me is big energy guy. I'm a guy that really, as a lineman, we kind of in the blind. I'm a guy that really stands out. So when you see me, you see a big energy guy. When I make a hit, you're gonna see it. You're gonna know I made it because you gonna hear it. So he's just a big energy guy. A guy that lays it all on the line for the team. You know,
Hey, that's
I'm
all
not,
we can ask is to have a guy be obviously very impactful, bring it, each and every play out there. Looking at a guy who is a leader there on the team. So represented your team well there recently at your
yes,
media
sir.
day, which is awesome. A couple of quick things that came up. I mean, obviously this past season, great. You were first team all conference there in the
Yes,
Southland. And most recently, you were nominated for the Allstate AFCA Good Works team. So, why is a guy nominated for the Good Works team, man? I mean, that obviously tells us a little bit about your character, but can you elaborate somewhat?
I can say yeah, making a good work team. I like me doing the things that I do. I never thought you really get an award for those things. Like that's just something that's just built in me, a giving person. A person that want to give back, a person that want to give back to the community. Because you can probably go on my Twitter. I got a tweet that's from some years ago. It was saying I can't wait to get back to my community. So whenever I had the chance, the earnings, the money, like if I could do anything, that's when I knew like it was time to do it. Because I just love to see smiles on people's faces. That's less unfortunate. Because at one point I was unfortunate. I went through my struggles. Being homeless at some point in time in my life. Staying in motels and hotels. It's really tough. So I really know what that feels like. Me going out there and help the homeless and stuff like that, it kind of really touches me sometimes. It even draw tears to my eyes. Seeing some things, seeing some kids out there really, really can't control their lifestyle. That kind of really, it touches me. So if I can do anything to help, I can bring some of my teammates out there sometimes. If they got spare times on Saturdays, I try to tell those guys, hey, you can come, we can come with me. We can go, go feed the homeless if you ain't got nothing else to do. Because sometimes when they see the UIW football team out there, it makes the other people happy. It touches other lives. You know, it's different people from the community that can come out and help. That's what I think a lot of more athletes should do. All the guys that make, good NIL earnings and stuff like that. Yeah, give back.
Traveon, I think it's great that you really take it to heart, giving back to your community because I mean, again, like you had mentioned, I mean, you came from maybe a not so fortunate set of circumstances, and really doing a great job giving back to the community. Also, really being instrumental in a lot of these great wins here recently for UIW this
Yes,
past
sir.
season. You guys went 11-3.
Yes, sir.
And I know two of those games were against the same team, so I mean it kind of sucks to have that.
Yeah,
But I mean, hey, let's not hang our heads over this record here. I mean, 11-3 record is very solid. You guys made it to the playoffs, had an excellent offense. Really, one of the best guys in the country as a small school prospect in Wathel.
yes, sir.
But talk about this offense and what you guys are going to be able to bring to the table this year.
Me as a lineman, all I can do is really block. So I think hey, as you can see, we have a very explosive offense, but I feel like it only gets better. I put a lot of trust in Kilo's plan of what he can do and the guys he bring in because a lot of guys from last year he brought me, Jalen Warhol, and Nolan Hay, a lot of those guys. He brought some real explosive guys, Roy Alexander. So I believe Kilo only grows, like he only gets better, and it shows.
Gotcha. I wanted to bring up one of your games from last year, which I feel truly defines you and your team. And maybe perhaps you can walk me through a particular moment here. But East Texas A&M, formerly Texas A&M Commerce, you guys, come back in the fourth quarter, just dominating in the fourth quarter and getting that W at the end of the day. So, what do you remember about that game?
Well, in that game, it was a lot of adversity. It was very slow at first. I think that was the game to punch in the no, not the conference champion. I think no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It
I
was the
just know
last
you.
game of the season, I believe, the regular.
Yes, the punch. Yeah, because I know if we would have lost to no, that game was very tough for us because I think if we would have lost that game, we would end up merging the championship with Southeastern.
Mm.
So it was a real big chip on our shoulder to go in that game and dominate. But I guess we came out a little flat because I guess they really wasn't in the rankings they wasn't really a tough team as on paper. So we kind of came out flat. So going into the locker room at halftime, it was just a lot of fixing and adjusting. You know, we obviously seen that they weren't a team that wasn't going to lay down, so we had to turn it up a notch. So the second half, we had to do what we had to do, to secure the W.
And you guys did that, 3 scores in the fourth quarter,
Yes, sir.
to put them away. So definitely shows the kind of character there for UIW and what you guys are able to do. Gonna look a lot different there with Calzada now gone
Yes,
to
sir.
Kentucky, but uh, I do know that your team, your coaches are going to put together a great squad and be very competitive this year. Um, Traveon, let's take a moment. I want to meet this guy outside of football just a little bit. So, uh, give me something, man. Tell me any interesting facts or takes that you can talk about when it comes to you as a person outside of a football player.
Well, I can say like ain't really too much, a lot about me. I can say like interests and hobbies. I'm a big, I love to swim.
All right.
I, okay, I'm a big swimmer. I read books. I can't show you my books right now because they somewhere put up. I read a little. I read a little. Try to go fishing sometimes. I try to get into fishing. With my teammates. They some big fishing guys. I try to do golf. I'm really not a golf fan, but it's kind of fun. It teaches you a lot about patience. So, yeah, I'm into golfing, fishing, swimming. Yeah, ain't really too much about me. I'm a simple guy, real
Uh,
minimalist.
all right. I'm gonna feed off of some of your responses, but then I'm gonna hit you with a lot of quick question
Okay.
answers here. So, you had mentioned book readers. So I mean, I gotta ask, favorite book or maybe a book you'd recommend. So, hit me with something.
Uh, I read emotion books. A lot of books that can help me with my emotion. That can just help me in everyday life.
Like self-help, inspirational type
Self help,
things.
inspiration. Stuff that talks to me. It's this book. It's this one book I'm reading right now. It's called. Okay. I recommend this book that I'm reading right now. I really kind of just got into it. It's called "It's Okay to Forgive Somebody." So yeah,
Okay.
it teaches you about forgiveness. Like it's a book like that. It's really just got into it, so it's helping me in the everyday
So,
life. But,
so it's okay to forgive others, yourself. Obviously,
yeah,
it has a lot to mention about that. I would imagine. So.
yes, it does.
Um, All right, want to throw some fun questions your way. Again, this should be very quick, just quick response. So, Traveon, you a morning or night guy?
Night guy.
Night. Okay, okay. Favorite board game or card game?
Uno.
Uno. Okay, okay, okay.
Uno guy. It's fun. It's quick.
Um, PlayStation or Xbox?
I'm not a game guy, but if I did play a game, PlayStation. I get a
All right,
PlayStation.
all right, all right. Favorite superhero?
Oh,
Hulk. Incredible Hulk. Okay, okay. Um, you find yourself to maybe be a superstitious guy. Like, do you have any pregame rituals that you got to do in order to make it like work for you, like, come game day or what?
my pregame ritual is showering. Like after pregame,
Hopefully
I
you're
go in
doing
the
that afterwards too.
both. Both. Come on. I got to shower. It's like I shower before anything. Like I shower before weights. I don't know if it's crazy. The guys call me crazy for it, but it's like a fresh feeling. It's like a cleanness feeling.
So is it more like I don't know, like a mental thing for
Yeah,
you where you just kind of have
calm,
to get
calm.
into the zone?
Yeah, it calms me down, makes me
All
feel
right.
fresh, cleaner thought. Yeah, it helps me.
All right. All right. On some not so clean thoughts, go to fast food joint.
As of now,
Not that it's
Chipotle,
recommended as an athlete, but I mean, again, this is just for fun.
Chipotle,
Chipotle. Okay. Okay.
Chipotle.
Gotcha. You have like a specific order there that is like an almost always that you get, or no?
Man, so I go in there, I get the chicken, I get the brown rice, beans, veggies. I add extra cheese. It's a really unhealthy bowl. I put the sour cream, vinaigrette. The thing is, I get the tortilla too. I get a tortilla too. So I'm making two meals. I make my bowl pretty heavy. Put the mix in the tortilla. Make a burrito. Then I had a bowl left over. That's some big boy stuff right there.
No, hey, it is what it is. So, uh, I'm feeding on this big boy thing. So I'm gonna give you one last fun one. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. That's a go-to. So,
Straight shot.
um,
Only.
anything else about you that you feel like we need to know about you? I mean, when it comes to you, your background, likes, dislikes, anything about you that you feel like you want people to know?
Uh, what I want people to know is that like some people can see is that I'm a big person, but I think I'm a gentle guy. I'm a gentle giant. That's why I want people to know. Like some people may say like I have a natural mug on my face or anything. I'm just a natural, and probably off the way I play, so, a little violent. Just because from where my background, where I come from, that I'm not that kind of person. I think I'm a very approachable person that you can come talk to. You may actually learn something from me from a conversation that we have. That might make you look at me a little different, from a conversation. So I can just say like I'm really a good person.
Awesome. Certainly a tough guy on the field, very relatable guy off the field. With a lot of great things, going for you as a prospect. Uh, give us a sense for your height and weight. I mean, I know we kind of teased about it a little bit, but where are you sitting these days?
Oh, I actually lost a lot of weight. So from last season, a lot it from on the paper it'll probably say 350. Yeah, I had a real good spring and summer. Especially I know on a pro level, everybody might not look at a lot of big old heavy guards. I'm not that tall either, so I kind of got to balance it out. So I took it very serious this summer on my weight. Me and my strength staff, they kind of been on me last year because last year I kind of played a little heavy, even though playing all those snaps it was a little bit tough. Trying to drag the weight in a fast-paced offense. You know, 80 to 100 snaps a game. So it's pretty tough. So I kind of got it down. I lost over 40 pounds.
So what
Yeah,
are you about? Is it
20.
are you 6'2", 6'3"? Are you
I can start
315?
6'2". 6'2".
Okay, so around about 315. Is that about
Oh yeah,
accurate?
315 to 320. So I plan it by season, playing at 315, 320 range. Yeah.
So when we're looking at you as a prospect, I would imagine also people might be asking, what are you doing to, maybe look at you as a center? Like, are you taking center reps in practice? How's that working out?
Yeah, in practice I take some snaps. It's just really based off the offensive line. We had a solid center last year, so everywhere I went, we kind of had a stable center that played a lot of snaps. So they really looked at me, it just at the guard position. But I know when it comes down to it, whenever it comes to like pro day and stuff, a lot of guys are going to be asking me, about the center thing. I've been taking snaps, so I've been working on it. So
Great,
whenever
great. Well,
I'll be ready.
Traveon, it's been great getting to know you as a player in person. I know you have a lot to offer this season for your team as you guys are trying to go out there and compete for a national title, and then of course as you're moving forward into the professional scene. So, want to wish you all the best in your endeavors. All right.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me.
Sure thing. Again, we got here Traveon Newsome, offensive lineman of Incarnate Ward. Again,
Somebody keep.
we're
Okay.
looking at a guy who has over 2,000 career snaps and a very experienced, mature player who's willing to go out there and fight for his team. So, Traveon, nice to have you, man. Take care.
Thank you for having me.
Sure.